Christmas is around the corner, and it's time to start sending your Hallmark holiday cards, everybody. Luckily, Ken has a fun DIY that gets right to the point. Well,
never gets old, dad jokes.
I couldn't help myself.
I love cards. I love everything about it. I love that, like, it's a little gift every day. You go to the mailbox, the kids love it. We gather around the family,
Yes.
you connect, you read, people who you haven't talked to in a year. But I also love the writing of it. I always try to take a little bit of a quiet moment. I get a cup of cocoa, I get my cards, I got my list, and I really think about that person. I always like to have a nice pen because it feels very ceremonious to pull out that nice pen and do it. So I'm going to show you how to make some really special pins for that. But before that, I want to talk about some of the Hallmark cards this year, which I absolutely adore and love. Like this one, which I think is like so incredibly elegant. It relates to one of the ornaments from last year, which I love. And this one I'm buying just to send my son Flynn, who's like in a whole unicorn, unicorn moment these days.
Special.
Right, the ones with a little like 3D cutouts.
Exactly right.
It's like, it's just so nice. And when you get that card from someone and it has that sort of, they picked it out. It's just,
Well, I mean, getting and receiving or sending a holiday card is just, it's a little thing, but it goes a long way. It makes a big impact. In fact, the upcoming movie right before Christmas that's coming out really accentuates that, the importance of that and how it makes people feel. And I know that was kind of the inspiration for this project.
I love the storyline of this movie. So it's Tori DeVito and Chad Michael Murray, who's, I think, here tomorrow.
Yes, he is.
Great.
Yep.
So her character has just had a breakup. She is heartbroken. In this sort of heartbroken space, she decides she wants to reach out to 5 people from her past. She picks 5 Christmas cards, sends them to 5 people. One's her music teacher, one's a member of a boy band, and then you follow the cards as they reach these people and how they affect their lives and the ripple effect, which I think is very poignant and very real, how just that little note, that little memory, that little "I'm just thinking of you" really can make a huge difference.
It can make a huge difference. It can actually change somebody's life.
I agree.
Or the direction of their life. Okay, so how do we get started? It starts with a certain type of pen.
A certain type of pen. So what you want to do, and we've practiced with this several times, you want these good old-fashioned pens, not with the comfort grip, not with anything fancy, because they will melt. You want a good old
That's
pen.
Good news, because I've got a lot of them.
Perfect. And what you're going to do is you're going to take out the insert. Sometimes you can do it by hand. Sometimes you need a pair of pliers. You're going to pull it.
Sure.
It'll come right out. You do want to take this part out here, this little inch part, because just the ink cartridge will also come out, but you want to take out this sort of initial part too.
That's
so
right.
you're just stuck with this.
Getting all over the place. Okay,
so
very good. Now
set that
move
aside.
to the clay. Now, what kind of clay are we using?
This is a polymer clay. Sculpey is like the most wide, no brown, but there's lots of brands of it. You want to warm it up in your hands, and that'll get it soft, and you're just going to roll it out. The warmer you get it.
Just roll it out a little bit.
Exactly.
Into these sheets about this size.
Exactly. And then you sort of pick and choose your colors. On some of the ones I used 2 colors, on some I used 3. So I'll let you have your first choice.
I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to go with traditional Christmas colors.
Just like you. I'm going to go with a little bit more of a modern streamline.
Okay, very good.
Stack them up, and then what you're going to do is roll them from the long end. Now, make sure you use, there are other kind of clays out there, but you want to make sure you use polymer clay, because the polymer clay cooks at a much lower temperature, which will not melt your pen.
And I'm also noticing that these are pretty warm, pretty maneuverable. If they started to cool off a little bit, even this rolling would be a little bit tough.
Exactly, but you can warm it up with your hands. Once you get it, you can sort of even it out. You can make it longer and skinnier, however you want. And then once you've got sort of your nice long, how'd you do there?
I mean, we'll find out.
Pretty good. You're going to get just a standard X-Acto, and I'm going to cut off my sort of extra here. And then you're going to start to slice it into little some little sandwiches I get from my little Greek deli place.
There we go.
Little pita rolls.
That's right.
They're about 1/8 of an inch thick. And you're just going to go and cut that all around. You start to see the sort of color pattern happen in there. You can really sort of have lots of fun. Now, if your piece, you're actually, wow, look at you. Sorry, Mr.
You got to keep up. I know you've been away a little bit. My DIY skills have kind of
I was about to say, you've been studying. Now, if they get sort of kitty-wampus like this, you can always just squeeze them back into a round shape. Very easy, so no stress. Once you get a bunch of those, you're going to get your pin piece.
How Christmassy are my colors?
I know, you were so
I'm on it.
So on it. You're just going to start to put these on top of your pin case.
Okay, great.
Have them all touching and just go around.
Any secret for where they meet up? I mean, how do you get them to stick?
You kind of wanted to get them as close as possible, fill in those cracks, and the clay is very forgiving. So you can really get in there. If you've got a big piece like this that has like a little hole in it, what you want to do is just you can get another little piece of clay and fill in that. Once you get it sort of all over there, very impressed. What you're going to want to do, I found a little cheat here. Get a little piece of glass, like from a picture frame.
I got you. Once you make it all the way around,
Right, and you're going to do that, and what that's going to do is really mush them flat, and it'll sort of fill in all of your extra little pieces. Super easy.
And by the way, what a fun project to do with the whole family.
Oh, seriously?
Kids would love this. Okay,
you're basically done. Pop it in the oven.
Yep, you got it.
There you go.
I'll do that.
275 for 5 to 12 minutes, depending upon the clay brand. It'll give you directions.
There you go.
And you're basically done there. Careful, that's hot.
I know. I didn't bother putting the glove on.
And then all you're going to do is pop your pin right back in. And you can really have lots of fun with this, you know, and do all sorts of styles and patterns. And I really think it does sort of create that sort of extra special moment for actually doing your car. So,
do you have one for me?
Here you go. You want to do that one?
Yeah.
We can write some cards here.
Please, look at this. And by the way, it's a better size
that is.
for my hands, too. I got these big paws. This is
much better than those like cheap old ballpoint pens, right?
Exactly right. Everybody
so you spell it K-E-N.
K-E-N.
There we go. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'll keep going here. Full instructions, everybody. Head to hallmarkchannel.com and visit your local Hallmark Gold Crown store or hallmark.com for all of your beautiful Christmas cards as well. Now, remember to tune in to the premiere of Right Before Christmas this Sunday night at 8/7 Central right here on Hallmark Channel.